All right, we're headed to the mountains.
Side left.
Join us and keep the old ways alive. If you want truly clean water, you've got to come straight to the source.
I'm thirsty.
In a survival situation, don't eat snow when you're thirsty, because your body has to warm the snow up in order to melt it, and therefore you get further dehydrated. Instead, you should try to melt the snow, which is what we're gonna do, because we're surviving on tea today. I'm gonna pack down, I'm gonna pack
how you
down,
do
so
it.
you can come out and have a picture with me.
Yeehaw!
Look at the size of this ponderosa pine here. It's probably like 4 feet, 5 feet in diameter, and it's probably, oh, I don't know, 200, maybe 150 feet tall. There's a lot of different species of conifer where you can use the evergreens to make tea. It's loaded with vitamin C, which is actually in pretty short supply in nature otherwise. You can get it from berries, you can get it from conifers. The further north you go, the less sources you'll find of vitamin C. But one thing I did want to warn you, and I don't have an example here, is Taxus brevifolia, or the Pacific yew. Makes excellent bows, but the needles are deadly poisonous. So if you boil tea and you boil like 15 needles, for instance, it'll straight up kill you. So you got to know your species. It doesn't matter if it's berries, it doesn't matter if it's shellfish and fish. Think of the seasons, look into it, see what's toxic, see what's not. Mushrooms are the same. So conifer needle tea may seem like a no-brainer, but again, if you cook down yew needles, it can kill you. So heads up. So this is one we always called fire moss, because when we would deer hunt growing up, my brother would always grab it and use it to start the fire. It always stays real dry and it tends to light up pretty good. We're gonna find out what species it is. I actually don't know, but it's nice and dry even though everything is covered in snow right now. So this should allow us to get our fire going. Beautiful color too.
Hello.
Who is you?
I don't know. Who am I? I'm his girlfriend.
Who that?
So this is the incense cedar. Beautiful tree, and smells amazing when you burn it. But the reason I stopped and wanted to show you guys this one is when I learned friction fire, basically using a hand spindle and a hearth board, rubbing sticks together to get an ember going. I learned it from an indigenous man from the Sierra Miwok, and he taught me that his people would use an elderberry spindle and incense cedar for the hearth. So I'm gonna gather a piece of incense cedar. I already have elderberry at home, and I'm gonna cure that, dry it, get it ready, and then we'll use that for a hand spindle friction fire in another episode.
How's the PB&J?
Yummy. As expected.
Made by yours truly.
Susie Poo.
Alright, so what I've got here is the last friction fire method I ever thought I would actually use in the woods. This is not what we normally use, but it's cool and it's weird. We like to start our fires with a cool, weird friction fire, or a cool, weird fire making method. So what I'm doing is I'm unwinding a cotton ball, and it needs to be true cotton. And I'm gonna put some wood ash on it from the fire that I had recently with Fishing Chef. We made our wild greens salad. If you haven't checked out that video, check it out, that was super fun. Once I got this thing laid out, I grabbed some of this charcoal here, some of this wood ash. Sprinkle it on here. Take the sides and just kind of fold them over. And then I'm going to roll this up as tightly as I can. Keep folding those sides in. Roll that on up right to about there. I'm going to get rid of this excess. And then I'm going to put it between these boards. I'm going to roll one direction just to get it nice and tight. Really trying to tighten it up. Once I feel like it's really good and tight, I'm going to start going back and forth. Increasing speed. There it is. Friction fire, baby. In the woods method of making fire. I'm just gonna throw this in some paper. I'm not really worried about getting all crazy authentic with my tender here. There it is. Some this in there. Fire moss. Look back with us. Don't leave any trace behind. Get a lot of small diameter stuff. You want to grab the sticks that are dead. By starting with the small diameter, you're giving the fire what it wants. It's a lot of surface area, a lot of oxygen able to move through there. So you can see right here, there's steam coming out of the wood. It looks like smoke, but that's actually the moisture boiling out of there. So we're trying to get enough heat that we can basically steam the damp wood until it dries, and then in theory it'll build and dry out and burn better, and then we got coals. And then we can make tea.
Getting bigger and bigger.
Now we're cooking with sticks. B&J, baby.
Got one.
Wow, that water's really hot. Not really. It's still got ice. So using 3 stones in a sort of triangle pattern to support your pot is not just random. This is actually one of the most stable ways you can build a hearth. And this is actually something that we see pretty prehistorically. So, you know, I'm an archaeologist and I talk with a lot of archaeologists, and I remember one of my early professors did a lot of Mayanist work. She said that in a lot of these old Maya households that were even 1,000 years old, they would excavate down, they would find the hearth, and there would be 3 stones just like this with your broken ceramic pot and your charcoal, your ash, everything. So the 3-stone hearth is a very old school style of supporting your pot. We're using snow, which should be pretty darn pure, but just to be 100% positive, you want to get it to a rolling boil for at least 1 minute. Actually smells really good.
Thank you.
Oh.
Good old tea. In nature. Cheers, cheers. We gotta clean.
Cheers. Cheers. All right, let's give it a taste test. You can really, really smell that conifer. That's beautiful. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Super subtle, but totally pine, fir. It's like Christmas in a cup. And it can be yours for 3 easy payments of $19.95. Whoa. Whoa again. Whoa again.
Where are we at?
Where are we at? We're in the wild. One of a kind. What do you mean? What do you mean there was yellow on here?
Okay, fine.
The old pan, before anybody says it, the old pot, it's black and it's gold because it's been on many campfires. Nice. Until next time, keep the old ways alive.
Another conclusion?
Yeah. The true conclusion.
So good.